Cogito ergo sum. Je pense donc je suis. I think therefore I am. Descartes in 90 Minutes by Paul Strathern. This man has a collection of wonderful books on various philosophers, but recently I found out that there are some on other luminaries. D.H. Lawrence is a tome that I found. So that's in plan to be read soon. Descartes was a fascinating philosopher. He gave birth, so to say, to the Cartesian coordinates, Cartesian side of mathematics. He revolutionized mathematics, and with that he gained respect, more respect, as Newton would later do for British philosophy with his discoveries. Being on the subject, the theory of Descartes proved wrong in explaining the solar system, and it was corrected by, the theory of Newton proved to be the right one, with the gravitational force of gravity at the center of his theory. So Descartes was a very interesting and fascinating individual with the life of a gentleman. He declared he was a few things: soldier, professor. He studied law, in fact, but he was a gentleman. He was famous for rising up at noon, and with this a funny appreciation of that comes to mind. So he rose at noon, but he joined the army, volunteered for the army. But then when he retired, when he got out of the army, he said, well, I had enough, and it's too much leisure there. There's too much procrastination or something of the sort. And as the author Strathern says with humor, well, it doesn't mean that others would rise even later than noon. Who knows? He, at one point, from his biography, so to say, he found a challenge, a problem of mathematics. And even if it was in Dutch, he solved it in an amazing way. So beautiful mind, who moved to the Netherlands. Holland being a country which is praised for his presence and his possibility to think and expose his ideas without the fear of Inquisition, which was burning others at the stake in the south. And Giordano Bruno, Spinoza, and a couple of other major philosophers, thinkers. And apart from the famous, obviously, many more ordinary intellectuals, we could say. So Descartes has had a devastating incident in his life. His daughter died, a girl he loved. Even if he never married, he lived alone, and as is known, he ended up with the court of the Swedish queen, a woman of 23 years, but very energetic, moving, alas, from one preoccupation to the other, short, and with military broad shoulders, and with a military training, without wanting it, surely. She caused the death of Descartes by waking him up at 5 o'clock in the morning and having him come to the palace in the cold of the north. Descartes is considered to have been crucial point, to present a crucial point in philosophy, because for more than 10 centuries before him, nobody of his stature would come on the horizon, and nobody anyway to challenge the thinking of the church. He is the one with this, I think, therefore I am, to have considered a reality in a different manner, from a different perspective. We have, the senses are giving us wrong messages. We are wrong in assessing various situations, but doubting many things, he comes to the conclusion that still, I think, therefore I am. Je pense donc je suis. One other thought, sort of a quote, I don't know the exact words, but attracted my attention, and it's something like this. So, common sense, it's considered to be distributed somehow equally, and most people think they have it. That's why they don't feel anything about it. Therefore, they wish for many things. I wish I had more fortune, more of this or of that, looks, good looks, but they never wish for more common sense, and it's a thing I agree with, and I encounter also daily. Then there's another, to finish perhaps with this possibility, sort of an anecdote. He might have encountered Rembrandt when in Holland he saw a man painting carcasses of dead animals, and he, when asked, "What are you doing?" and "I'm painting this," and "Why?" and the painter is supposed to have said, "You have destroyed this is all is left for us, the soul," something like that, a bit mystical, if you will. Bertrand Russell, at the same time I'm reading one chapter a day from the history of philosophy by Bertrand Russell, and according to him there will be two major schools after Descartes. Through him we reach Kant, liberalism, and Kant tries and explains and extends theory of Descartes. And then we have the empirical school, Locke, Berkeley, and then Hume, the climax of the empirical school of thought. What's interesting is that after Kant we have liberals who have little, if not nothing, to do with Kant, according to Russell. Kant was a pacifist, humanist, and most of his followers promoted other ideas. So we have the soft-hearted and the hard-headed liberals. On the hard-headed line, we reach Marx, from there Stalin, with approximations, and it's just schematic, as Bertrand Russell says. And on this side we have Nietzsche, Nietzsche, and Hitler. Wow. With, of course, more to be explained. And I will read and eventually get back to you.